Okay, we are here for part 2 of the paper parable. It's your boy 2Pi.
Yo,
And
2Pi? I love that name. Where you get that?
yeah, you know, it's my name. And we got Shy here, as you can see.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's play this.
Let's go.
Play this.
Oh my god, file 2? That's so quirky.
Yeah. So we got 3 endings. So I'm trying to remember here. We did the one where we just flat out ignored him. And then we did like the other doorway. And then we got the library ending, right?
Yep.
So is that 3? Or am I missing one?
I mean, like, you have 3 stars, so you got 3 endings.
So it's 3, right? I thought one of the endings didn't... Oh, was it like leaving through the door didn't count, right?
Yeah, there's the normal ending and the door don't count for an ending.
Okay. Alright, let's go in here. Let's go back.
Oh my god, is it time to read the sign again? That's my favorite aspect of the game.
Sometimes the key is to not. That's so true.
I don't know what that means, but I feel personally attacked. When Mario came to a set of 2 open doors, he went through the door on his left.
Okay. All right,
I definitely remember my narrator voice from last time. Continuing deeper into the castle, Mario came across a puzzle intended to keep out intruders. Fortunately, clever Mario quickly worked out the solution. He would hammer the switch once to pick up the castle key, then twice more to leave through the door on the right.
Okay.
Now what are you gonna do?
There is one thing I wanted to try. So, I know on the left is the library, where we went through that one. Which we have to attempt at some point again, because there's like a bunch of stuff there. But I wanted to go this way. And,
As he approached the throne room, Mario's senses were assaulted by an indescribable noise and a scent that defied comprehension. All he had to do was put the key in the lock, and the source of this dreadful mystery would at last be revealed.
Nothing here, huh? I can't even leave.
No, you need to purchase DLC to get the stuff in here.
Oh. Little weird visual thing there.
It's crazy, like, George's N64 sometimes does that when it feels quirky.
Yeah, you know.
Ahead of Mario lay the cause of the disappearances. The monstrous Dark Lotus sprawled in a pool of its own filth. It had consumed every last occupant of the castle, and knowing this, a righteous fire filled Mario. By striking the Dark Lotus with his hammer, he would avenge the princess and restore peace to the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario, the fucking Dark Lotus is over there.
I know, but...
Mario, what the fuck are you doing?
I want to get the castle. The door here.
What? No. Mario? The story was back in the throne room. You were inches away from getting a happy ending. There's nothing back here because you were never intended to come here. Are you sure? Well, you're the protagonist. Where you go is where the story goes, I suppose.
Oh. Window. Oh. I like this effect. The platform's gonna be good.
Slow down, Mario, slow down. I can only generate maps so quickly, you know? There's a lot to consider if you want a worthwhile experience.
He's like, bro.
Oh, now look what you made me do. That's a shoddily applied texture if I've ever seen one. This really isn't sustainable. Why couldn't we have just taken the good ending when you had the chance?
This is cool. I like this one.
Oh, would you look at that? The Dark Lotus back in the throne room was a fake. The real Dark Lotus was here all along. You're very clever to have found it. How about you give it a whack and we'll put all this behind us, huh?
That's funny.
Alright, that's enough of this. I'm not going to just endlessly churn out corridors if you're not going to engage with the story. From now on, if you want to keep exploring, you're gonna have to do it without my help. And so, Mario wandered on. No familiar setting, no guiding story, just himself in a lonely void. I wonder what he found out there. Possibly he made something of himself, told a story of his own. Possibly he was content simply walking on forevermore. Who can say? All we can do is hope that wherever he is now, Mario is happy.
Ah, well, that was neat.
Castle's normally bustling front hall was completely empty. Where was everyone? Where were the royal guards? The visiting... Yeah, I'm once again not pronouncing that word. Here's your callback to episode 1. And what about the princess herself? Mario would soon find out. No one's making you stay here, you know? Just wander on, you dumb bitch. Hey, Mario, go left, pretty please.
I think we'll go right.
Despite the clear drama and urgency of the situation, Mario decided to take a detour. Perhaps he decided to visit the kitchen, where you could grab a quick snack, then get right back on track. Yet upon entering the kitchen, Mario found not a person nor a crumb of food in sight. It was as though a ravenous beast had swept through and devoured every available morsel. More determined than ever to solve this mystery, Mario took the stairs immediately to his left to get back to the story.
Ah, yes, the best part.
Whoosh.
The sliding stairs. Oh yeah, we need the 5 endings for this.
Yep.
I recall this door. This door is so tricky.
Man, I love Mario 64 doors. They're so quirky. Was this truly Mario, the world-famous hero, or an ungrateful oaf wearing his clothes? Either way, he was now deliberately walking away from a story that had been prepared especially for him. What might one think of such a person, huh? Can you understand that it might draw some ire? Alright, let's try something. Perhaps we'll both find it illuminating. When Mario entered the elevator, he pushed a button that led up to the treasure room. Huh?
Huh.
Right, I see how it is. You don't want to engage with my story at all, no matter what I do. Are you being a contrarian for its own sake, or do you have a problem with me? You know what? There's one thing I haven't tried, and I think perhaps you're finally ready for it. Come down to the end of the hall. I'll wait for you there.
No. Go back to the elevator. Well, there's one thing I could try here.
Well, here we are, in a manner of speaking. You know, don't you? That you're a rat in a maze? Whether you beeline for a cheese or not, every choice leads you back to the beginning. You want what all trapped creatures want, a way out. I can give you that, if you're ready to face it. This is the choice I offer. If you eat the blue mushroom, the dream continues. You wake up at the start of the maze and believe whatever you want to believe. If you eat the red mushroom, the dream ends. The walls come down and we'll see how far you can run on your own.
What's that pose before?
Oh, Mario, you're so predictable. Ah, good. You're finally awake. Welcome to your new home. I thought about continuing to let you run around and enjoy my story, but what would be the point?
Oh.
You've shown nothing but contempt for it and me so far, and in the end, you're only harming yourself. You see, Mario, when someone dangles a plot hook in front of you and you smugly refuse to bite, you're not being clever.
Aw.
You're not getting one over the developer, you're just allowing their foresight to waste your own time. I bet you sided with the shadow out your door, didn't you? Did it give you a chuckle?
It actually did give me a chuckle, yeah.
I was watching all those cutscenes the second time worth it? No? Well, you've proven my point. It's the same deal here. You didn't want to play ball, so I'm going to waste your time until you give up. Oh my god, he's just like Sense Undertale, for real, for real.
For real, bro. Oh.
Oh, what's this? An escape route? Something the developer didn't foresee? Please. As if I didn't design every inch of this place well in advance with you in mind. Sorry, Mario, but this bit of black rock is all you're getting. And it seems to be quite a drop to the bottom. So, carrying on in the vein we've been going in, I'd like to leave you with one last piece of narration. When Mario came to the cliff's edge, he didn't jump to his death. Goodbye, Mario.
Bro, this perspective is sick, though. Man. I like it. What? Oh no! You pushed! Stop! No! No! Not like this! No! Wait! I wanted to appreciate the perspective more. Wait! Stop! No!
Predictable.
Bro, you pushed me. What do you mean predictable, bro?
I think that is pretty predictable. I predicted you were gonna fall, you know? I just kind of helped a little.
Oh yeah. You helped, didn't you?
Yeah, do you like my help? The castle's not. Come on, we don't need to be here.
Oh, we got 5. That means we can open that door.
Oh God, no.
I'm excited.
No, don't do the door, George. You're different.
I love the door though.
You shouldn't do the door, George.
Why not?
No, if you like me, you won't do the door. Doors are portals. Fuck off,
Bro,
game.
it's matching the door. We have to do it. No, we have to do it.
God, fucking.
Even the game is like, go to the door.
Because Mario was not an asshole. He went to the door and left.
No, he wants the door, bro.
Turns out Mario was an asshole, in fact, and he did go to the doors, right? Wow, what a cunt.
We should just skip dialogue and it just should be shy. Kitchen.
Oh, wow, Mario, you made it to the kitchen again. That's so wild. Why don't you go, like, right? That'd be crazy. You wouldn't do that, yeah? Like, come on. Like, there's these sexy stairs here, but we all know you want to defy me, so go to the right.
What the stairs?
Well.
Then you go up here. That's cool. Okay. Why did it open like that?
Because
What
maybe
is
you worked hard.
this?
Beware, extreme danger lies ahead. You have stumbled across the Paper Parable's very own Pit of 100 Trials.
Wow.
No combat falls scattered calm. No great treasure waits at the bottom of this pit. You will face only yourself and all your determination
Are
to
they
succeed.
fucking kidding me? Is this just like really 100 floors of nothing and you just go down until
Well,
it
why do you
hits
think I didn't want to fucking go here?
There's no shot, bro.
Oh, you better believe it, buddy.
Bro, I'm about to... This dude's a psychopath.
Aha! I see that you've decided to take the Paper Parable's most grueling challenge. Well, don't let me stop ya. I'll be cheering you on every way of the step.
Okay, every way.
Don't worry about it. In fact, I'll be helping you by singing a jaunty song that you don't dare skip for fear of missing out on unique dialogue. And a 1, and a 2. 99 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 99 tasty mushrooms.
I was not expecting
Take one
this
down,
song.
pass it around, 98 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I honestly thought it was gonna be the jaunty. Oh my god.
98 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 98 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 97 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
This is psychotic. Holy shit. It's even worse than I thought. Oh my god.
97 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 97 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 96 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
There's no way, bro. They're really doing this. This is insane.
96 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 96 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 95 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
If this is actually 100, your voice is gonna give out by the time we get here.
Why do you think I didn't want to do this? Why the fuck do you think I didn't want to go down here? 95 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 95 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 94 tasty mushrooms on the wall. We're gonna be here for an hour, George.
There's no way, bro.
94 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 94 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 93 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Is this an ending?
You never know.
Oh my god, bro.
93 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 93 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 92 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
This is the worst part, by the way. The like stop and then like we have to read the dialogue. Like this is the worst part.
92 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 92 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 91 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I hope there's something on floor 10 at least.
"91 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 91 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 90 tasty mushrooms on the wall."
Crazy. Yo, floor 10.
90 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 90 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 89 tasty mushrooms on the wall. Say, it looks like a new pipe has appeared. A way to escape early. I wonder if they'll appear every 10 floors? Well, if you ever get tired of this, just know that there's always a way out waiting for you.
I see. I see.
89 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 89 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 88 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
This is about to be the longest video of all time. Because we're straight gonna put this up. Like,
88 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 88 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 87 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I don't even know what to say to this.
87 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 87 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 86 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I'm trying to think of something in the Stanley Parable that's comparable to this, and I can't think of
86 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 86 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 85 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "85 tasty mushrooms on the wall, 85 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around, 84 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
You know, there are times, where I know you are warning me about stuff, and
84 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 84 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 83 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I gotta say that like 50% of the time, it's either like you're real or a meme, and
83 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 83 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 82 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
this is probably the most you've ever been right of all time. Like,
82 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 82 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 81 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
like holy shit.
Getting bored yet?
Ooh. Getting spicy with us now.
80 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 80 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 79 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
This is so fucking crazy, bro.
79 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 79 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 78 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 78 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 78 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 77 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Bro, I'm about to message him. Like,
77 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 77 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 76 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 76 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 76 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 75 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
don't worry, we'll get the floor skipper guy. He'll appear randomly. I believe.
75 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 75 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 74 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Oh god.
74 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 74 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 73 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Man.
It's raining, man.
Hey!
Hallelujah. It's raining, man. Every specimen. I don't know how to.
I don't know, yeah. It changed it up a bit. That perked me up. Ah, now we're back to this.
72 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 72 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 71 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Bro, the dog has been watching me like do this segment, and even his eyes look like he's glossed over.
71 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 71 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 70 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Bro, I don't know why people are playing Master Quest. Like, if they want difficult Paper Mario, I mean...
70 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 70 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 69 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Like, I mean, you got it right here. This is crazy.
69 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 69 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 68 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Like, the mental fortitude to take these floors on by yourself, staggering. I think I'm only here because Shy is just existing next to me.
68 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 68 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 67 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I'm like slowly hearing your voice just like little spitter.
67 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 67 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 66 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 66 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 66 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 65 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I'm gonna hear you in my fucking sleep, bro. I'm gonna hear like you just saying like tasty mushrooms.
So sweet of you. 65 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 65 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 64 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
If someone's watching my video, like just while like working or something, and they have it like on audio only, this is all they're gonna hear.
Look out! A bug!
What?
Oh, my mistake. There was nothing there at all.
Okay.
63 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 63 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 62 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 62 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 62 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 61 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Honestly, I like want to read the signs, but this is already just like enough.
61 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 61 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 60 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I mean, we're almost halfway there, right?
Who knows? 60 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 60 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 59 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 59 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 59 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 58 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 58 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 58 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 57 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Man, imagine if we did this like last night. Would have been doing this since like what?
Why do you think I didn't? 57 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 57 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 56 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 56 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 56 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 55 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Now, when I go ahead and review like every ending that I liked in this game, I'm going to be very interesting with this one.
Oh, I hate to bother you while you're down here, but could you do something for me?
Oh, sure. What's up?
The last time I was in pit, I came out without my wallet. Could you look for it?
Okay.
I think I dropped it around 470. Ta-ta!
Oh. Wow. Ah, damn, bro.
54 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 54 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 53 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 53 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 53 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 52 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
You know,
52 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 52 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 51 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I gotta give where credit's due. Whenever I think of like doing stuff in like game development wise,
51 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 51 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 50 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
there are some things I feel like would be funny to do, but I wouldn't have the heart to do it.
Well, hey, you've made it halfway down the pit. That's half of an accomplishment right there. I hope you're not thinking about giving up.
If I do. Punk.
$49 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 49 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 48 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Like, there are some cruel things you can do, and like, I wouldn't have the heart to do them, so like, I get really surprised.
48 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 48 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 47 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Well, not surprised, just like, man, this guy really was just like, yeah, let's just do this.
47 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 47 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 46 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Let's just make this as funny as possible.
46 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 46 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 45 tasty mushrooms on the wall. Ha.
What the fuck is he laughing?
I'm sorry. It's just you're still here, still ascending, and you don't even know why, do you?
Man, this guy's such a fucking asshole about it too.
44 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 44 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 43 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 40 free tasty mushrooms on the wall. 40 free tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 42 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Shit.
42 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 42 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 41 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
You know, the line, this is the definition of insanity, with the whole repeating thing, has never struck truer.
41 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 41 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 40 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "40 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 40 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 39 tasty mushrooms on the wall."
What do you think? How do you think mushrooms actually taste in the Mario
Like
universe?
mushrooms? I don't know. 39 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 39 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 38 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I mean, I like mushrooms, but like ingesting them by themselves isn't like that amazing.
38 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 38 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 37 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I don't know. I figured in the Mario verse they would be like sweet or something,
Yeah, probably.
like a treat.
37 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 37 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 36 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
In fact, that'd be a cute baking idea. Like a little mushroom, like cupcake maybe.
36 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 36 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 35 tasty mushrooms on the wall. See, what you gotta do is you gotta like write a mail to Bingen with Babish and make him do the shroom cake from Paper Mario. 35 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 35 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 34 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Oh yeah, he'd probably be down. He does a bunch of other stuff. I would like to see his take on the shrimp cake.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the...
Ominous. Sorry, my hand fell asleep.
33 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 33 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 32 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "32 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 32 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 31 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I can't even watch Binging with Babish too much just because, like, man, he makes such good looking food.
George Hungry. 31 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 31 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 30 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Alright, the dog has now indeed passed out. He's now done.
You're close to floor 70, by the way. 30 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 30 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 29 tasty mushrooms on the wall. In fact, you are on floor 70.
Oh,
So you gotta look out for the thing now.
Wallet. You here?
No, you'll see it. It's not hidden.
It's not hidden.
Yeah, it's in the 70s.
Oh, it's in the 70. I thought you said it was
Yeah.
on floor 70.
He said around.
Ah, okay.
He, I mean me, because I'm the canonical narrator.
Yeah.
29 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 29 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 28 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Oh,
Got the empty wallet. A wallet the narrator dropped. 28 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 28 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 27 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I guess the dialogue will trigger no matter how I approach the pipe, huh?
Yeah, it's like at the midway point of the room.
Damn.
27 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 27 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 26 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
This must be the funnest part to speedrun.
26 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 26 tasty mushrooms. Take one out, pass it around. 25 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Guy's just now taking them out, bro. He's not even eating them no more. He's just taking them out. Like, just throw them out.
25 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 25 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 24 tasty mushrooms on the wall. Do you believe that stories have power, Mario? That the tales we tell echo throughout eternity in ways that our real lives never could? And if you don't believe, well, how do you explain your presence here?
Good lord.
23 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 23 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 22 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "22 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 22 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 21 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Oh boy. Man, I wonder why he locked us behind 5 endings.
21 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 21 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 20 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Was he scared that someone would hack this as their first ending and then never touch the hack again?
Maybe. 20 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 20 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 19 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "19 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 19 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 18 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
18, I wonder.
18 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 18 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 17 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
So I saw the wallet description because it said second to the start of the game, and I really thought that he would be like, "Oh, just leave and give it to me, and then come back."
17 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 17 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 16 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
And then, I know what you're thinking, that sounds fucked up, but honestly, it feels like appropriate what this part of the ending is trying to make me do. Huh? Okay. Skip a song? Oh man.
15 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 15 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 14 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "14 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 14 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 13 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
God.
13 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 13 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 12 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I want to talk more, but like, honestly, I'm just kind of shocked, honestly. Just in awe.
12 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 12 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 11 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Thank God Shai is here to talk, bro. Like, you probably have more dialogue in this video versus me anytime.
11 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 11 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 10 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "10 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 10 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 9 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
So when Paper Mario has, like, voice acting, like, editing in, I think they'll put you as an editor, like, the narrator for this, and you'll do this whole
I
thing
hope
again.
not. 9 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 9 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 8 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
He goes up to you, Shai. You want to do some voice acting for me in a mod? And you're like, oh, sure, what mod?
That shit is what fans do once we have reached Markiplier levels of popularity.
Yeah.
8 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 8 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 7 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "7 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 7 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 6 tasty mushrooms on the wall. "6 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 6 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 5 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
I wonder how much Nick would like this segment.
5 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 5 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 4 tasty mushrooms on the wall.
Well, he probably wouldn't like it, but I know who would like this segment. Ben would like this segment.
4 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 4 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 3 tasty mushrooms on the wall. It is said that those who ate of the lotus tree would forget their past, their loved ones, their lives before the lotus. All they desired was to circle back and sleep apathetically in the shadow of the lotus. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. They really do. Bro, this whole hack is a setup for another hack, I'm telling you. We're gonna have the Shadow Lotus hack.
2 tasty mushrooms on the wall. 2 tasty mushrooms. Take one down, pass it around. 1 tasty mushroom on the wall.
It's like, you have to play this hack before you play the Shadow Lotus hack. It sets up everything.
1 tasty mushroom on the wall. 1 less tasty mushroom. Take it down, pass it around. 0 tasty mushrooms on the wall. You did it! It got done! I wonder if it was worth it.
Probably not. If this is not an ending. Even if this was an ending, it probably wasn't worth it. Oh god.
Floor 100. Credits. Myself, 9, aka Nonagon. I made this!
Bro, I'm gonna hit him. Like, bro.
Credits. Ponderman for moral support.
I need the moral support.
Credits. Debut written for the Stanley Parable. Credits. Bluke, Dan, Vinny, and Fufa for playtesting. Credits. The PM Modding Discord for teaching me all I know. Credits. You for making it this far.
Man.
Check out more of my games at, that.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing. Did you find the true ending?
Did you find the true ending?
Yeah, so this isn't an ending.
What? Oh my god.
It's just the credits.
That is so fucked up. Well, now I don't know where to go. What haven't we done yet?
Okay, so there's to the left there's 1, 2, there's 2 more things. To the right there's 1 more thing.
Let's go to the right then. What did we do here? We got both of the mushrooms, right? And then...
The treasure room has another thing.
Oh, has another thing in the treasure room? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I figured the treasure room had another thing.
Alright, hold on. Time out. I think I've caught on to what's going on here.
Like 64.
You're hunting for secrets, aren't you? You're deliberately putting off progressing the story to see what else you can dig up. Well, I'm sorry to burst your balloon, but this story doesn't have any hidden bonus content. By straying off the path, you're only leading yourself further away from the actual content. But I can understand that itch, that need to know that you've completely explored every inch of the game. So just for you, I've prepared a special little area where you can collect all the secrets this game has to offer. Go on, hit some blocks, make some memories, get it all out of your system. I'll wait here. And go!
Wait, hit stuff? I did this before. It's so crazy.
Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh, you're not interested? Well, color me surprised. I was so sure I had you figured out.
64 does not like this segment.
I suppose there's nothing for it but to carry on. Remember, this is a role-playing game, and you're playing as Mario. So when you make this next choice, I want you to ask yourself, what would Mario do right now? Just remember that. And this should be simple, alright? Good. Now. The red door leads back to the story, where you can save the princess and be a hero. The yellow door, meanwhile, leads to certain death. Remember, you're Mario. What would he choose?
Oh, now I remember. We went to the yellow door for death. So
Yep.
we go for red. Get me out of this room, bro. Ugh. Oh.
Right, back on track, and all is well. Now, where were we? Carry the four... Right, got it. As he approached the throne room, Mario's senses were assaulted by an indescribable noise and a scent that defied comprehension. All he had to do was put the key in the lock, and the source of this dreadful mystery would at last be revealed. You don't have the key. Well, of course you don't have the key, because thanks to you, we missed the starting puzzle room. Should we go back? Forward? It's all jumbled. It's out of order. It's a mess. Why couldn't you have just listened to me in the first place? Then we could have avoided all this nonsense. Even if we reach the end now, it won't have nearly the gravitas it deserves. Oh, sod it. Look, while I figure out how to get out of this hole you've dug for us, why don't you... Oh, this is fitting. Just drop down here, would you? We'll wrap things up down there.
Ooh.
Now, perhaps more what you were looking for, A hidden challenge? Well, then I believe you'll find this pertinent. Upon dropping into the castle sewers, Mario suddenly became cognizant that an enormous tidal wave was nearing from the left. Sushi had mastered the art of cycle mashing.
Oh, shit. Oh, I see it. Oh, it's coming. Oh, God. No.
Oh, well, would you look at that? There really was no danger at all. Well, what else do you expect? This isn't the sort of game that you're intended to be able to fail. After all, a failure state is something that's meant to be avoided. A sufficiently skilled player may never see one. You, on the other hand, you've gone out of your way to avoid winning the game, just to see some alternative content. What am I to make of that? How can I motivate a player who doesn't care whether they win or lose? I remember when Mario games had meaningful life systems. When you ran out of lives, all your progress was lost. Maybe that's the ticket. Behold, as I erase all your progress through this game. That'll learn you. Players love the carrot, but the stick gets results. Now, off with you. And this time, think carefully about how much winning actually means to you.
Whoa.
I need to ask if he ripped the fucking stick line from somewhere or if he came up with that. Oh, thank you for bringing me my wallet. I'm touched that you remembered to do that. Sadly, this had no effect on Mario's predicament. A predicament that is only getting more peculiar.
Okay, so we got 2 more endings left, so I'm gonna stop it here. Cause yeah, it was fun.
George, we barely got anything done.
Oh, we haven't got anything done, huh?
Yeah?
You just blacked out during the whole 100 bits trial.
Bro, to me that felt like 5 minutes.
That was, unfortunately, that's like 80% of the video.
I swear, like when you actually do the dialogue, it goes by smoothly fast, dude. It goes crazy.
So expect a final part 3 finale as we get the other 2 endings, aka probably the true ending. If you're still here watching after the King Pit, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. God, bro.
Bro, they're gonna be here watching. They gotta see if I sang all the lines, dude.
They really did have to see if he sang all the lines. If you skipped ahead to this part and didn't see that he sang all the lines, you need to go back and see if he sang all the lines. Anyway, that's all for today. See you next time. Thanks for watching the show.
Goodbye.
Bye.